fair fucked anyway. I've obviously found out why the brake wasn't holding on at this side. You gotta see this. I was expecting this car to be a lot slower, but it's actually quite nicky. Right guys, welcome back to another video. Now, in this video, we're going to get all work done on the Corsa B, and then we're going to put it in for an MOT. So, what we need to do basically is, we need to replace the two front springs, adjust the handbrake cable, just generally give the car a wee check over, check all the boring stuff like the bulbs, and just make sure everything's working correctly, as it should, for an MOT. So, that being said, let's get this car ready for an MOT, and then later on, we'll take it for an MOT, and I pray to God it passes. So actually the car's booked in tomorrow for the MOT about 10 o'clock, so, and then I'll let you know if it passes or not. We'll go through the fail or pass sheet, whichever one it is, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Also, please support this video, give it a thumbs up so my video will get recognised, subscribe if you're new, and all that stuff will really help out the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. So, that being said, let's crack on. Because as you can see, they're absolutely just, well, they're snapped in like what, a few places there, so I've given all the bolts up a good clean and let them soak in WD-40, so let's crack them off, get the shock off, and change the springs. My God, that was easy. It's got a brand new top mount, that. She's fair fucked anyway. That was an absolute nightmare using cheap eBay spring compressors, but anyway, that's it on, so let's get it on the car and then move on to the next side. Right, that's one spring on, and I can tell you guys, that was an absolute nightmare. Just working with those cheap eBay spring compressors was a joke. Anyway, I'll get the wheel on, and we'll crack on with the other side. Right, that is the last front spring done. So what a nightmare that kind of really was. The other spring was definitely knackered, but you know, I can give the suspension a wee clean up as well, just get a wire brush down and just got rid of all the kind of surface rust. Everything's looking good. So let's get the wheel back on and get it back on the ground. Right guys, so as I said, remember the handbrake cable? So yes, it is brand new, but obviously someone just didn't adjust it properly. So I'm in the process of adjusting it now. It's really easy, it's like a bit of threaded bar into another kind of like thing here. So I'll adjust that, then I'll take it from there.
You got a snip here?
There's probably some line about there somewhere. Right, so it's actually really windy, but I found some little fail on. So basically, right, I've adjusted the cables right underneath the car, but so the handbrake is on, but it's moving to that side, and it's holding this side fine. So I need to take off the brake drum on this side and adjust it manually. So let's crack on. I'm actually using my phone because my GoPro has stopped working, but so I've actually found out why the brake wasn't holding on at this side. You gotta see this. So obviously here is the brake drum. Your cable comes along the rear axle into the kind of hub, and it hooks onto this little arm here which engages the brakes. Well, as you can see here, it's not even connected. As I say, who the fuck, right, did this, right? That's bad. Cowboys, man, I tell you, if you don't know what you're doing with cars, right, just leave them alone, because this, so basically, right, they put the car back together again, and didn't even bother to actually hook the brakes up. So anyway, I'm going to put the camera down, get this fixed, and hopefully we can get this all working. Right, now I got the GoPro working, basically where we're at now, got the cable back onto the shoe, now we need to adjust this kind of like little kind of adjusting bit right here. Right guys, I hope you can hear me because it's really windy. Basically what I've done is I've slackened off the cable on the axle, so it goes along there onto the axle. I've slackened it off again so it's like loose as it possibly can be. Adjusted it here, the drum goes on perfect. So all I need to do now is obviously check the other side, then I can adjust it in the middle again, then we all should be good. So anyway, let's crack on. Right, that is The handbrake shoes adjusted both sides, and the handbrake cable in the middle has been adjusted as well. So all the brakes are perfect. There's a perfect amount of resistance on both sides. So just the shoes obviously, and inside the car the handbrake lever is perfect as well. Yeah, they're fine. Brake. Off. On. Reverse. Like, but just off. That's fine. I put lights on. Yeah, all good. Right, so that's me all packed up, done for the day. So that's basically CORSA ready for an MOT. So that means I'll see you guys in the morning. Right, so today is the day of the MOT. I'm not long awake. I haven't actually had breakfast yet, so we'll probably get that later on. So, got my girlfriend with me, she's going to follow me there. I mean, it drives smoothly-ish enough anyway. Watch this, no doubt, you know, like something will go wrong. I mean, I don't know, I got a bad feeling about it, to be honest. I don't know why, but I mean, it's actually quite nippy for what it is. Like, I mean, I was expecting this car to be a lot slower. It's actually quite nippy. It drove actually really well, like all the way down here and things like that. No kind of real problems to report. It actually drives quite well. I mean, what an old Corsa be, like, you know, completely standard. It drives quite well. It's quite smooth as well. Nippy as well. Anyway, we gotta grab some breakfast and then just wait for the call really as to whether it passes or not. So I'll catch you guys later on. And also, could I get the breakfast as well, please? Right, so I'm home. It's been a few hours since the MOT has actually happened, and unfortunately it failed. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really furious. Not really by the things it's failed on, but by the advisories. They've pretty much condemned the fucking car. Like, seriously. And not only that, right, it's really unfair. I'll tell you a little bit about that. For example, they got an advisory for an oil leak, but not excessive. And let me just tell you, the sump is bone dry, because I checked it. So that, yet again, is unfair. But anyway, so basically it failed on basically 2 front brake hoses. Fair enough, obviously being corroded and things like that. And then some other defects was, now guys, let me know about this, because I'm not too sure about this. It sounds a bit fishy. So it basically failed on, right, for anyone who doesn't know, right, the CORSA beads are very common for, basically in your spare boot well, there's the rubber grommets at the bottom of it, and obviously they're just rotted out. It's not excessive. I'll probably put a picture in right now to show you guys the extent of the rot. Yeah, again, that's not really structural, but according to these cunts, or whatever, it's structural. So whatever. I mean, clearly Vosa are trying to condemn old cars and MOTs just to get them off the road. So I'm going to get this car through an MOT, whether anyone likes it or not, I don't care. I'll say, but I'll make sure the MOT is done properly. But anyway, so yeah, it failed on the rot in the spare boot well, and also another bit behind the bumper, so I'll probably try and get that welded. That's not a problem. I'll probably do it off camera, I'm not too sure. I'll get someone to weld that, but I'll show you that process and bits and bobs anyway. Also, it failed on a windscreen wiper. Yet again, not bad. But basically, in hindsight, the advisory list is quite long. You can also look this up yourself online. Just go on, like, what, the DVLA website or whatever. You'll see the fail sheet on there probably when it does go up. Anyway, yeah, the advisory list is quite long. Most of it is honestly down to just pure corrosion. But what you need to remember is this car is like, what, 23 years old? It's an old Vauxhall Corsa. It's not going to be brand new, so I really don't know what they expect. But I mean, it's just the way it is nowadays in MOTs. But if you ask me, it's pretty piss poor. Like, you think they give it some leniency because it's an old car, but clearly they don't, because they don't really care. They just want these cars off the road, scrapped, to make way for new cars, which I'm not interested in because new cars to me are shite. Right, to wrap this video up, I'm going to get this car fixed, and also, when it's actually past an MOT, I'm going to go over all the suspension, clean it up, get rid of any bits of rust, So when I do sell this car on, pretty much all the advisories will be rectified. So I want to put that out there for anyone that's interested in buying this car in the future. I'm going to make sure all this is fixed and nothing's going to stop me. This car is going to see the road. It's an old car, it deserves to be on the road, probably more than new cars. I mean, let's be honest, right? New cars are not desirable remotely. I mean, with new cars, let's be honest, right? There was no soul or passion put into them. They're all made of plastic crap. Whereas we all know with old cars, they were built properly and they're cool as hell. But anyway, enough of me ranting on. I am pissed off about this, but like I said, I'm going to get it fixed. That car's going to see the road. I'm going to use it for a while and then I'm going to sell it on. And whoever has it next will have a good car with all the work done. So anyway, that wraps up this video. If you did enjoy it, then please give it a thumbs up. That will support the channel and I'd really appreciate it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.